Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Today on Tallidus Plays, we continue our playthrough here in the Wild West, Project Zomboid. And it's been a little while since we filmed an episode, and that's because the holidays came around, a lot of people got a little busy, and the server kind of went a little quiet for a while. So we're jumping back in right where we left off on a previous episode. It hasn't been too long since I posted the last episode. But in-game, in the actual real world, it's been a couple weeks since I've actually been online. So I do need to get a little bit reacquainted with the server. Oh, I didn't realize I was exhausted when I logged out. Oh yeah, I was moving that. I recall now, I was moving that heavy grill around. So there's been a couple different things here. We still have a lot of our supplies, thankfully, a lot of canned food, so it hasn't gone bad just yet. Hopefully I didn't have anything perishable in my inventory. I don't think I really did. So that should all be fine. Because again, this is a 24-hour operating server, so even if I'm not on, everything will still continue to age, as it were. And we're going to go ahead and hop onto this couch here and just get a little bit of R&R, much needed R&R. I might not be able to. Can I lay on the bed? That would even be better, actually. Ooh, I can sit on this couch. So yeah, it looks like I have my little pad still intact here. Nobody else has really been using it a whole lot, which is fine by me because, you know, that's a little bit more customizable. Again, I'm going to take a little gander at the map and see what looks like is going on. We have a few new cities to speak of. Diamond City, Tinier Turkey, not quite sure what that means. Everyville, which is the Every Clan's kind of facility. We've done a lot of looting through here in previous episodes. The Gutter, which we still haven't looked at. Tiny Turkey. So there's a Tinier Turkey, and this is Tiny Turkey. Twin Rivers, of course, is our spawn point. That's where we started the whole shebang here. And then this is New River next to it. So I'm not quite sure what the numbers are indicating. Maybe the number of players. Who knows? Maybe some sort of indication of a level. But we'll see. Either way, we are at our little secret base here. And yeah, I'm going to rest up a little bit and kind of game plan and strategize for what we want to do. It does look like I am uncomfortable. Is that the bed that I'm using? This is an uncomfortable bed, perhaps? It says fancy bed. Who knows? And let's see if we have any food on hand. So I am sort of getting my bearings again as we continue the playthrough here. I do know that my main kind of purpose, my main mission, was to start developing the food and water supplies from this little secret base that we have here. And that's what I intend to do. Again, we don't need to do a whole lot in terms of developing because we have a nice little pad here. A pool table, couch, little office setup with a ham radio. Again, this is the Wild West, but it is still Project Zomboid, so you're going to see some of those modern, conveniences still kind of scattered throughout the world. Just more of a Wild West flair to everything. And they actually just did a poll recently on our Discord asking if we should continue the Wild West as is in the server, or if they wanted to go back to more traditional Louisville Project Zomboid, you know, the original kind of vanilla map that everyone knows and loves. And it seems overwhelmingly like most people would rather stay in the Wild West for now. So hopefully they plan to do a few more events to actually kind of shake things up and encourage a lot of players to return and play in earnest. Because right now, I could say that usually, looking at the logs, it's, you know, 1 or 2 people on at any given time. So it's very unlikely that you come across a player when you're on, because again, it's a massive. This is the largest custom map I've ever played on in multiplayer Zomboid. I believe it's actually larger than the vanilla Louisville, the Knox County map. So that's kind of crazy when you think about it. Larger than the original game map. So let's see. I think I have some food we can grab. We should probably not run. We just spent all that time resting. You know what I could do is actually check the fish traps, because they have been sitting there for quite some time. I don't know if they needed to be baited or if they maybe just caught bait fish. But yeah, it looks like nobody else has really been through here since I've been through here last. So let's check this trap. Okay, we got some little bait fish there. Check this one. Okay. Don't know if that had anything in it. And let's check this one down here. Oh, I see. Oh, this one got broken. So we should be able to get the wire back. Broken fishing net trap. Maybe I can craft a new one from the broken one. Let's see here. Go to the crafting menu. Jump over to fishing. Make fishing net. Get wire back. So yeah, let's get the wire back. So basically what happens is fishing traps or fishing net traps are comprised of twine and wire, and when the twine basically gets snapped, you can apparently retrieve the wire and thus craft a new trap, saving the wire. Again, the twine is sort of the dispensable part, so we should be able to place this trap back in the water now. Place item, and if I'm not mistaken, should be able to place, oh, fishing net trap. Okay, maybe I have to right click it and do, oh, interesting. Place fishing net, there we go. Put it right here. Alright, looks great. So we have some rotten guys. These aren't really super useful. I'm not sure what we'll do with them, but these guys, these little bait fish are good to go. We can either use them as bait for just normal fishing. Let me see, are we able to do anything else with the traps? I don't think so. So, what I'm going to do is probably throw the bait fish in the fridge. At least all the rotten ones will throw in. Those could just be thrown on a shelf. They're already rotten, so that's not going to hurt. Eventually, I would like to hook a generator up. I'm not sure how long generators last in this server, and gas is limited, so I might just cook all these little bait fish up, to be honest. We have a frying pan, we have a grill. Let's do that, because it's kind of silly to try to extend these with fridge or gasoline. So what I'm going to do is take all these guys. Can I... Yeah, I think I'm just going to put them all on the barbecue, and then we'll turn this on. And this should start cooking. Now, these don't do a lot of hunger, but there are a lot of them. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, like 10 or 11 little bait fish. So we can snack on these kind of as we go. Fish sticks, if you will. Let's cook up here. How is propane tank? 19 hours, 17 minutes. Okay, so that's not too bad. Is it just about cooked? I think I can cut off the propane a little early. So let's turn it off. And we should all finish cooking on carryover heat, I believe. There we are. Oh, no, they are not. Whoops. I think I did this last time. I cut the heat too soon, and I had to basically recook everything, so there we go. Now they're cooked. Alright. 10 little delicious fresh cooked bait fish. So, not quite what the doctor ordered, but you know, we can eat them. So I think I just eat one at a time here, and they do 3 hunger each, which is not terrible. I like how it's giving me an unhappiness. I guess just because I'm not using them anything, I'm just eating straight, like, cooked bait fish. But, you know, it is helping me survive, so. Now, the water we have is still not potable, so I might just re-up on water when we get back to base. Well, again, this is making me a little sad. Get some excitement or human contact. That's not going to be a problem because we're about to jump out into the open world with zombies and the desert. So that should be easy enough to have a little bit of excitement in our life. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to keep doing today. Let's eat one more for the road. And then we have 3 left over. That should tide us over for the vast majority of this episode. So let's go ahead and head out. I believe I should have a motorcycle of some kind here. And I hear zombies. Here they are. So yeah, I'm not sure if somebody has taken my cycle. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because again, I haven't been on for a while, so I might have to huff it on foot. back to base, which would be kind of unfortunate because it is quite far away. So let's see, I believe I left the motorcycle off here to the west part. And again, I'm being a little sloppy here, letting zombies see me, but I'm just trying to draw them away from the entrance. Again, if they bash down that little door, it kind of spoils the illusion of the base. Any player can look at the minimap and see, oh, there is my motorcycle. Excellent, excellent. This is great, because my next point was about to be that if you have seen one of my previous episodes, you'll know that it was during the holidays, and you might recall that I left a letter for Santa. And Santa actually came, everybody. He actually arrived. And he dropped off several presents for the boys and girls of the Wild West. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he did drop off my special requests. And again, if you remember what that was, I effectively said that I wanted my mission to be a provider of food and water in a sort of ice cream truck-like fashion where I could drive around the world if and when people start logging back in, and distributing food and water to keep everyone surviving in the Wild West and nice and fed and happy. And wouldn't you know it, he took the request quite literally, and Santa actually delivered an ice cream truck. So it is apparently a legitimate ice cream truck. I don't think there's any ice cream inside, but it's a very large van or truck with some questionable suspension. I saw somebody was playing online from my faction, and they were moving it into our garage. And the suspension looked kind of hilarious, a little bouncy to say the least. So we're gonna go back to base. We're gonna swap out some gear, get a little bit of refresh on some ammunition and some supplies, and then we will acquire our kind of forever vehicle, at least until it breaks down, so we can drop this motorcycle off and swap out for our awesome ice cream truck. And that'll be our new, steel horse throughout the Wild West. But yeah, I've had a great time playing on the server. I do wish it was a little bit more active with players, but also a lot of the players that are in my faction, for instance, I believe they're European, so we're not on at the same time. Quite frequently, I'm the only one in my faction who's online when I'm playing. There might be other people online, but they're usually in other factions, people kind of based in America. And for that reason, it's a little tricky to coordinate. Again, I think if they actually do like a genuine event, genuine, I'm speaking cowboy linguistics now. But yeah, if they do a genuine actual event where they have like a set time, everybody gets online, they compete over some sort of maybe PvP objective or something of that nature, it would really kind of add a little bit of a juice to the server, to kind of reinvigorate the server, so to speak. So we'll see. Either way, I've had a great time. This is June 6th. It's 6/6 in the in-game time here. Of course, we are approaching, as always in my videos, we're approaching nighttime right at the beginning of the video. But yeah, it's been pretty interesting so far. Again, just a good amount of mods, to be sure. I'm riding one right now, a motorcycle mod, but it still does feel like Zomboid for the most part. There's some economy. There's obviously factions. The Wild West concept is pretty well executed through the server, so that's all great. But it doesn't lose the vibe of Project Zomboid as is. So I've been liking that. And again, there'll be several more episodes. I kind of intend to write it out, pun intended. I do want to keep playing on the server as long as they're running this particular iteration. But after this series of playthroughs, I have another playthrough I've kind of started up on Barotrauma. I've been playing a little bit of a submarine campaign on Barotrauma, which is a fun game. It's sort of a two-dimensional submarine simulator on like an alien planet. It's really fun if you haven't checked it out. But I think I might switch over the sort of the video style a little bit here in the future. Maybe filming a little less frequently, but maybe putting a bit more effort into the editing of my videos. So I think the goal here is, shorter but higher quality. So I do realize I put out these hour to 2 hour long playthrough videos, and people might watch an average of 5 to 10 minutes out of the video itself. They're either skipping through to find the most exciting parts. Obviously, my thumbnails usually comprise the most exciting event from the episode. So I figure instead of kind of making people slog through or sift through like hours of content, I'll just kind of package it down into something a bit more palatable, you know, the 10 to 15 minute mark for a video. And that way people can kind of enjoy the content, still get sort of the meat of the best bits, but not having to sit through some of the tedium. Because let's be honest, in a game like Zomboid, even at its most exciting, like riding a motorcycle through a desert full of zombies, it can still be a little tedious, if we're being totally honest. So I think across the board, just in an attempt to kind of really galvanize the channel, you know, for the sake of maybe drawing in some more viewers, retaining the ones I have, but also not abandoning the ones that are already subscribed. I do think I want to mix up the style a little bit. Obviously, I'm gonna keep the you know, the trademark humor wherever I can actually put it, and the style, but maybe mix it up a bit also with the content. You know, not necessarily doing full playthroughs or multiplayer servers. I might go back to more of a compilation or even challenge videos, things like that. I was working on the Zomboid airport challenge, which was going fairly well. Unfortunately, it was on an unstable build, and what do you know, they updated the game right in the middle of the challenge. So unfortunately, after a couple episodes, that had to kind of instantly stop doing that series. So I might go back to something like that where we chop out a little bit of the fluff, so to speak, and a little bit more action, a little less conversation, to quote the king. So I guess that was a little less conversation, a little more action. Ironically, over-explaining the very quote, sort of against its own thesis there. We eat another little fish here while we're driving. We should almost be back to base here. Did that count? Yeah, it did. Okay, we'll eat it. I guess we're going to eat the rest of it. We'll have to get more food while we're back here. I'm picking up some error messages. I'm not sure if that's because I'm eating while I'm driving on a motorcycle. That might be kicking out an error. Who knows? It's still saying I need excitement, so human contact isn't going to happen, so it's definitely going to have to be excitement. Maybe I'll just ride past a group of zombies a little closer, a little slow. We'll see. That should be exciting enough, I think. Alright, we're just about back to our main base here. I'm going to go in the front and see what is going on. I know some renovations have occurred. I've been keeping an eye on the Discord, even though I haven't really been actively playing. I've been keeping an eye on this Discord just to make sure that I didn't lose touch with the faction. And look at that, that's the Christmas trees that were placed outside during Christmas time. So they are still out there, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and pull this in. I think we have an actual, like, honest-to-goodness garage now. I might have to move that little U-Haul vehicle. Let's see. All the motorcycles are up front. I guess I could park this one up front, too. There's no harm, no foul there. So I'll park this up here if and when anybody else wants to use it. It has done me quite well so far. I'm going to try to keep it in reasonable conditions, so. You were a good motorcycle. But now I think I have an ice cream truck. Before I go there, though, let's go ahead and get rid of this U-Haul. What is all this? Bag of concrete powder. Okay. They might have been trying to pave the actual parking lot area. Yeah, I have a hunch this one is not going to start. That's probably why it's here in the first place. Okay, let's get out. How bad is this vehicle? Got a sneaking suspicion it's going to be like 0% engine. Oh, yeah, somebody's been just scrapping this thing out. Okay. So, probably need to tow that to get anything else out of the base, which is kind of unfortunate. But let's do a little base tour. Again, it's been a minute since we've been here, so let's go ahead and swing through and see what's what. This is the garage. That's my ice cream truck right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful ice cream truck. Watch for children. Oh my goodness. Looks like somebody might have dinged the window a little bit. Let's check the condition. Okay, it's not... Okay, somebody took the suspension out entirely on the rear, and the muffler is completely, and the front right seat is missing, and the radio is missing. So, Sweet Sunday's ice cream truck. I think I see why this is so bouncy. It does not have rear suspension at all, and no muffler. So it's presumably an insanely loud vehicle. Let's see here. I should have a key somewhere. Ooh, that always gets me. night falls. Okay, let me go to the trunk and see. Maybe somebody left the key for me here. Oh, it's a fridge! Oh, that is amazing. I didn't even think about the fact that it might be refrigerated. Okay, let's go back out. I've been told, at least I heard, that supposedly the key should have my name on it, and it should be on the Christmas tree. And apparently this is where they parked all the presents, were parked out front, so... I'm a little bummed that the suspension is gone. However, I think that was the case from the get-go. I don't think anybody, like, poached the suspension. So let's check these Christmas trees out. Nothing there. Anything here? No. And also no. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I might not even have the ability to drive the ice cream truck. Unless I can find the keys for it, which I'm pretty sure another player has taken. Although, the faction, you know, our Echo Mine Workers Union, has been pretty good with actually organizing the inventory in the base. So let's go back to the kind of the big hoard area and see what we got. Busting out the flashlight because it is nighttime. And it always gets insanely dark in our little doomsday bunker here. Sorry for lost guns. What does this mean? Read map. Sorry. Okay, well. C'est la vie. I'm not sure what guns we lost. I still got my single action Colt 45. That's been my kind of main weapon of choice. Not that I've fired it too often because, again, infinitely more zombies than bullets, and unless you're actually training up your shooting, you want to save most of your bullets for PvP combat. This is the rest of the garage here. So we've got a few other a few other vehicles, station wagons, army truck. It's kind of interesting. Rain barrels. Okay, so we actually built a couple of rain barrels. Good to know. I might have to enlist their help. And, we got a Gangs of Louisville doormat. That's kind of fun. Alright, what do we have back here? Ooh, I think this is still potable water, so we're going to go ahead and... Oh, no, that is empty now. And it finally is happening. We're starting to actually run out of some of our previously super stocked up resources, so... Big hiking bag. Is that a real big hiking bag? I think it is. 2280. We might swap our bag out because our duffel bag is not nearly as good. Let's put that on the ground. Throw on the big hiking bag. There we go. And now we can put everything from the duffel bag into that. Which all looks good. Again, we grab that pipe wrench. I probably should have left it back at the other base, but the idea of the pipe wrench is basically we want to use that to plumb barrels of water. Can I put this on a shelf? Yeah, we want to use it to plumb barrels of water that we can fill from a little pond down into sinks that'll instantly purify the water, making it drinkable without using any fuel. So it's kind of a little bit of a cheeky way, and at least in build 41. I don't know if it still works in build 42, to be honest. I've been told the key is somewhere with my name on it. So keep my eyes peeled. I think we might go into a little brief time lapse here, because this could take a few minutes to get all the inventory sorted. So go ahead and start that up. Hop back on the motorcycle and get back out there. So let's do that. Probably go ahead and get bacon strips. Cook this bacon whenever available. There we go. And let's get back. Put all of our stuff in the pack. So we have 4 strips of uncooked bacon. We've got cereal, frying pan. So we're going to fry up some bacon whenever we find a decent place to do so. I'm going to try to get some gas while we're out too. I'm not sure where or how, but I'd rather not tap into the gas supplies here at our home base. So let's go ahead and head back out. Not the worst thing ever. We managed to re-up on some supplies. I think I can turn off my flashlight here. There we go. Don't waste the battery any more than I already have. Now let's see. I think there's a couple of places around here I could probably look to see if there's a fork. Yeah, I'm going to hop over to this place here. So that's going to be basically west-southwest of here. So let's do that. Again, last time I went to this particular area, it was smacked full of zombies. There is word that our faction might be trying to actually clear the area out, so we'll see if that's true. Again, I'm being a little sloppy with the rocks, so you don't want to hit any trees. Looks like the zombie presence is as prevalent as ever. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Out across the desert. Again, always trying to blaze a new trail each time I cross the map. Map as big as this one, it always helps to get at least a little bit more uncovered as you travel. The only catch there is coming across a new zombie horde every time you travel. We're okay on gas for now. I'm going to try to keep the usage to a minimum because we will eventually run low. And I'd rather get back to base before that happens. So that'll probably be the soft limit on the episode is however long this gas lasts. So we have water, we got cookable bacon whenever we find a fire, barbecue with some propane in it, something of that nature. We'll cook up some bacon and enjoy that. Otherwise we have cereal and we have a fresh bottle of water, so not too bad on the provisions front. My main concern is just gasoline at this particular juncture. I'm headed straight west here for a minute. Okay, yeah, we're back there. Not a super far trek here. Doing a little bit of shooting here. If there's not too heavy of a presence of zombies. And again, our mission is fairly simple. We're just doing some general looting and shooting, some prospecting, if you will, and yeah, then we're going to head back to the main base and call it a day. So not the most riveting episode by any means. It's going to be a fairly large time lapse there. Probably just came off of. But yeah, let's see what we can get here. Ooh, I do not like the look of this at all. It is a very, very dark scene. Let's kill the engine here and hop off. This might actually be a good time to do a little bit of shooting. Let's reload. Oops. Yep. Never a bad time to practice shooting. Oh, come on! Oh my goodness. Did I just get bit? I just got lacerated. Oh, alright, well, that was silly. I got a head laceration. That is a 25% chance of turning into a zombie. That's just because I tried to squeeze off one more shot. A little silly. See, I need my glasses, of course, so let's see if we can get back to those. Nope. Alright. We managed to draw quite a few zombies in the immediate vicinity. Alright. I mean, it's not funny, it's very depressing. At least I just did another transcribe into the journal, so that's something. You can tell I'm rusty with Zomboid, that is for sure. I'm torn. It's like, do we really want to grind up our skills if we're going to die? I'm not sure. I think at this point, though, it is a good time to jump on the motorcycle and go to a slightly safer area. Again, if I recall, scratches are 7%, and lacerations are 25% chance of turning into a zombie after occurring. Obviously, bites themselves are 100% chance you will definitely become a zombie unless you find a way to cure yourself, which again does not exist in the vanilla game. But there are several mods that allow you to find a cure. I don't know if they actually have a cure option in this server, to be honest. I think if you turn, you are turning regardless, so that is a little unfortunate. Hopefully we don't start, you know, turning. We'll see. Let's pop a squat here. Let's hop off the bike. Quick reload. Okay, we're gonna have to probably switch to melee. And let's just go to a slightly better area to loot. Again, all this for a fork, right? We got pain, which makes sense. We got a head wound. Let's see if I can swap my bandage real quick. Oh. Okay, there we go. Very bad time there. So the laceration means I believe I need to sew that up. So we need medical supplies, which currently I actually don't have. I thought we had a suture needle, and I do not currently have those. So let's find some medical supplies, because again, laceration, I don't think that's going to heal on its own. Much like reality, a giant cut won't simply heal. You'll have to actually stitch it a little bit. Let's kill the engine here and check this house. There we go. There's the bathroom. Usually it's the bathroom or the kitchen where the medical supplies are. Occasionally you might find them in a nightstand, but it is not common. Okay, going. Okay, nothing there. Let's look over here. Oh, hey now. 357 Magnum, we'll grab that. Could come in handy in the future. So maybe we don't turn into a zombie here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. It sounds like they are starting to beat on the windows. Yep, there's one. This door is locked and won't budge. Just budge now. Okay. Hop here. Basically just gonna give that a little bit of a... I'm gonna hop this fence, actually check out one of these. Still have quite a few zombies moving. I don't like this, so we're gonna just grab our motorcycle and get out of Dodge. Yeah. Surely, yep, dirty bandage again. I don't want to take that off though until we have the suture ready to go, because it's going to be very essential. Wow, okay. Glad I didn't stick around and wait for all these guys to show up. That would have been a bummer. Right along a little residential street there, huh? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let's get out of the way there. This was going to be a little bit more mellow in this area, if I'm being honest. And it is in fact not mellow at all. It is quite the opposite of mellow. Alright, well, we'll I could go to the clinic in town, but I don't think that would work for me because nobody's staffing it right now. So kind of left to our own devices. Let me pop into here. I'll leave the engine running because this is going to be a quick in and out. Suture needle, nope. Maybe in the closet here. This is an interesting closet setup. No. Military issue, watch, mirror, nope, nope, nope. Guitar, that's kind of cool. Okay, oh, I hear zombies. Let's get out of here. And we're gone. Let's check the map real quick, just to get a general idea. I don't know where else to go. Maybe through the middle of town here. We'll see how bad the alarm did me. I can maybe cross behind some of these houses. It's a unique house, kind of more of a ranch stuff. Oh, okay. Well, not doing my head any favors, but the motorcycle's still operational, so that's good. Again, it's not like a car. I'm not really sure how the damage affects motorcycles in this modded game, so I'm not really sure. Whoa, Nelly. That's one of the largest concentrations I've seen in an area this small. I haven't seen a concentration like that since I was dying of thirst. And I had a whole swarm following me around, waiting for me to keel over. Let's go back to the scene of the fight. Actually, I'm going to swing back around here and see if maybe I can get to this house. One of those ranch-style houses. Okay, this has a fence around it, so let's actually kill the engineer. This might be worth exploring a bit more thoroughly. I think I can hop this. Ah, there we go. Hopper. Hop over. Okay, crouch here. Once upon a time, we were kind of stealthy in this game. Oh my goodness. Can I get through here? Oh, no, we broke the latch, and here come the zombies. Alright, not worth it, not worth it, not worth it, we're leaving. Ooh, I almost slid back down to my demise. Alright, oh, there's nothing going there. Okay, what do we do here, folks? What do we do? We need to get a suture needle, and I think we have thread. We just really need the suture needle. I don't know if we need like a suture holder. Let's go up here to whatever this... Oh, wait. Some's down here. Let's go down the road and check that out. There's an outside chance that that might be a gas station or something. And usually, even though it's very sparse, they do occasionally have medical supplies at gas stations. In case maybe a way station or a rest stop, if you will. Can't really stop at any of these houses with the current population. So we're just going to leave these all behind. Let's see maybe an ambulance or a nurse and or doctor walking around. Let's see here. Travel. Oh, and there's a loading wall. Surprised the server shouldn't be too much lag because I'm the only one on, as far as I know. It's kind of ironic with the Project Zomboid. You know, the game is technically designed as a single-player game. If you play single-player, you realize how, like, you know, completely alone you are when you play it. But when you're on a multiplayer server that could have hundreds of people playing at once, somehow it feels even more desolate when you're the only one on a multiplayer server. I don't know, maybe it's just the juxtaposition, who knows. That's a diner. And, looks like the lunch rush is still here. This is a burned out, building. So that's not going to help us too much. All right, let's do a quick map check. Plan our next move here. Again, our bandage is soaked with blood. We need to figure out a way to stitch up our head. Let's go down this dirt road and see if there's anything of value. I know at this point that people have effectively mapped out the majority of the server, but I still like to kind of organically explore and actually kind of uncover things as I go. I again, kind of like playing Project Zomboid through like the first few playthroughs when you actually haven't explored any of the map. It's all sort of a mystery waiting to be revealed. So I do like that idea of kind of wondering, like, am I going towards anything? There's a road, so that must lead to something, but who knows? Maybe it's just a large road leading to the middle of nowhere, or just a random hunting shack. It's a small regional hospital. That would kind of be the ideal outcome, but who knows? We'll see here in a few minutes. Just keeping my eyes on symptoms to make sure that I'm not turning into one of the undead here in a minute. I'm trying to keep this motorcycle in decent condition. It's easier said than done. Clipping zombies as I drive. Finally, the population has mellowed out a little bit. Pockets here and there, but nothing as crazy as the area I just came from, so that's nice. It feels like I should be nearing a point of interest soon. It kind of feels like it, but that's all I have to say. It occurs to me now that my fuel level is pretty much exactly half what it was when I left the main base. So, if I don't find something soon, I'm going to have to turn around and just head back to base because of gasoline reasons, let alone leading from my head reasons. There should be a suture needle back at base as well, to be honest. So that might be the move. Head back there, stitch myself up, and just cross my fingers, hope I don't turn into a zombie in the next 15 minutes or so. Take the side road just because it's a side road. You see I'm at the road less traveled. Ooh, that is fairly lootable vehicle. Let's see if there's anything inside. Locked trunk, you don't say. Locked driver's seat. Alright, we're smashing windows. Okay, slide over here. Unlock, unlock. Now let's check the trunk. Rubber band and a jack, so nothing going there. Oh, I do see structures though. You know, we might actually just leave this off. Let's go the rest of the way on foot here, because I don't want to draw a huge horde. I'd like to have the ability to actually loot this area. This looks to be a militaristic outpost here. So, there's a real good chance they might have what I'm looking for, actually. Let's see, are there no zombies here? Look at that! Red cross, boom. Ironically, it's not very common. You wouldn't think you need an axe that often in the Wild West. There's not exactly forests everywhere to be chopped down, but when you do get wood, you have to have something to chop it up. So, also I believe we can use these on cactuses or cacti, or whichever way it's pronounced. Let's go down this little side road here and see what's what. I also saw another little tributary behind us. That might just be where this connects. Yeah, let's keep going out here and see what happens. So I'm not sure if I can siphon. I think I need a gas can in order to siphon gasoline. Maybe I can do it. I think I can do it in the water bottles, actually. So yeah, if it comes down to it, we might be able to find a vehicle that we can siphon gas out of and put it into the motorcycle in case we do get stranded further out from base. And this is a interesting area here. A lot of zombies and a higher amount of trees than I'm used to. This, you might argue, is as close to a forest as we've seen so far. And it's gone. Oh, that was fun while it lasted. Little patch of palm trees there. Keep going. I mean, we've got to be getting towards the edge, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check the map here. I mean, we're all the way over here. Look at this. We're almost to the western edge. I mean, it wouldn't really be the Wild West unless we went way wild out west. You know what I mean? Eat the rest of this box of cereal here. I don't know if I got my treat. I don't know if there was a toy in the box or not. Maybe we just didn't get one. Let's keep heading down this road and see what happens. I think this honestly might lead us to the very edge of the map. Realistically, the road would probably curve prior to hitting the edge, just to lead to a point of interest of some kind. But we'll see. I think this is the furthest west we've ever been. For certain, because I don't think I've hit any of the map edges yet in this particular server. If we hit a map edge, that'll definitely be the furthest west that we can possibly go. Furthest west sounds like a very odd combination of words. It's been a tongue twister kind of a day on this episode. Chugging along here. Of course, I did a whole spiel earlier about not dragging episodes out, and I think we're well past an hour, almost an hour and a half at this point, so if you're still watching along, I do appreciate it. Making my day. Again, not a ton of subscribers on the channel. I think we're floating around 125 right now, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I'm ecstatic that I've got 125 subscribers over the course of about 5 months. We started effectively in August, posting videos consistent basis, or consistent rate. And yeah, we've averaged about 20 subs per month since then, so I've been very at 25 per month since then, so I've been very pleased with the progress, but also I know that there is a little bit of a pathway to sort of a faster increase of subscribers to the channel, and that's by making the content a little bit more digestible. Because I know if I'm flipping around on YouTube, unless I'm really just into the game and want to kind of vibe out and chill and listen to somebody ramble on for minutes at a time while he rides a motorcycle, I see anything over 12, 15 minutes on a video, I better be interested in that topic. Otherwise, I am flipping to the next video. Let's check our map real quick, because we just had railroad tracks here. It's a good indicator. Ooh, there is a small group of structures up here. Shipping containers. Okay, that's McCoy logging exclusively. Oh, we got a little, maybe a little logging camp. This does not look like a significant settlement. There is a road and at least a couple buildings, so let's kill the engine here and we will tuck in and check it out. Again, hopefully they see me instead of the bike. There we go. We'll draw their attention away from the bike. I'm going to run in here just to see it. This looks like an actual rail station. Okay, yeah, it looks like maybe a center for goods and services. Ironically, this actually looks very akin to the railroad station in Louisville. It's kind of a similar layout, which logically makes sense. It's a railroad station. They're going to look similar. So. A lot of zombies, so we're not going to be in here for too long. I just kind of swinging through to see if they have any of my wants and needs. Specifically that suture needle I've been searching for. Keep my eye out for that fork or spoon as well. I haven't seen those just yet. Let's go up another one here. There's another small building up this way. Again, it's a very industrial area, actually. This is pretty cool. I didn't even think this was actually here. Let's hop around on the inside. Again, I'd rather not be followed by the entire horde of zombies. I'm going to try to be a little bit more subtle in my movements. Okay. You know what? Let's get a little drink. Fill out water. Water bottle. Beautiful. That was actually good timing for water because we definitely needed it. Let's hop over here and check the shelves. Toolbox, okay. Sometimes toolboxes have medical supplies. That was just a wrench. Let's keep on going through. Ooh, there's a little sink area over here. Usually where there's a sink, there's a higher likelihood of having first aid equipment. Pipe wrench. Magazine. Is there anything on the second floor, or is this just like a catwalk? You know, there is actually a little lounge area. Let's check it out. Yeah, kind of a little break room. Surely they... Oh, you know what? They've got the spoon, folks. They've got the spoon. Let's grab 2 for the road. Why not? Can I grab 1? Grab... I didn't want 4 spoons. What happened to all the others? Oh, I see. They're in another table. Alright. So we do have our spoon. We can officially make our fry batter. Side objective complete. Main objective is still stop bleeding from the head. That's the main objective now. Which, as is tradition in Zomboid, your main objective is usually not an objective at all when you set out at the beginning of the day. It becomes an objective because you let a zombie get too close while you're shooting your Colt 45, and it decides to chomp on your brains. Alright. This guy in the dust. Let's get over here. Okay, another shovel. Tempting, but it's very, very heavy, and I don't really want to lug that all the way back to a base, so we're just going to leave it for now. Anything here? Ooh, crowbar. That's not in good condition. No, we're leaving it. We're leaving it. Sorry for those of you who are huge fans of the crowbar. It's just not quite worth the squeeze right now. Tin peg. Nope, nothing going there. Okay, let's head back to the motorcycle here. I'm going to go back to the inside, though. I think we have less zombies chasing us inside than outside. Oh, we got more boxes over here. Let's just double check these. It also occurs to me that I need to stop sprinting everywhere because I am getting a little exhausted, so... and you know what? Our bacon is probably starting to go bad. It's stale. Yeah, we might just have to ditch it. I don't think I'm going to find anything to cook it with. So we'll just ditch that. We'll eat a little bit more cereal. Quarter of that. Oh, look at that. They burst through the windows. Okay. Okay, I can probably check one of these buildings. I don't know if it's worth it. Let's just go back where we came from. How many zombies are still in this building? I know a lot of them followed us through there. So now we know where the break room is located. We have a little bit of an idea. Fine. Oh, not worth grabbing. We're just gonna run. Okay, yeah, we're gonna run. You know, I don't want to draw those zombies, so we'll just go this way. And yeah, at this point, I really hope the motorcycle starts up as soon as we get on, because we need to make like a tree and leave. Later. Alright, just because we're so close, I've got to see the edge of the map, right? I think we're like 2 or 3 cells away, so at this point, it'd be silly not to just go right up to the edge. See what it actually looks like. The westernmost point of the Wild West. I wonder if there's a wall. Maybe it's a giant cliff. Maybe it's California. Who knows? Oh, there it is. Coming up to it. Oh, it is a wall. Oh, okay. Did not actually expect that. Kinda thought it would just end. Well, there you go, folks. That is the absolute west. Let's check our head wound here. Okay, could be worse. Should be better. Is there anything to loot in this house? This looks like it's just gonna be construction supplies. Yeah, let's peek real quick. Oh, night descends and zombies are in there, so let's get out of Dodge. These basements are hidden. More railroad tracks. You know, I wonder, logic would dictate railroad tracks would go through a cliff. Let's see if there's some sort of tunnel entrance, something of that nature. I'm curious here. There was actually a little bit of a tunnel. Huh. Alright. Oh. That's literally as far west as the map will allow you to go. Let's do it. Let's go right up to the edge, folks. That's it. Alright. We touched the edge of the west. Almost got pinned in by a horde of zombies while doing it. In standard fashion. Keep going down this way. We're just kind of looking for structures along this road that might have medical supplies. We're getting to the point where we might have to find a little stopping or resting spot here because, oh my goodness, it has been a minute. So a lot of exploration this episode. Not a whole lot in the way of productivity, if I'm being honest. We ate a little bit, and it occurs to me that I am almost out of gas. So this could be a problem. Yeah, we just ran out of gas. Wait, no, that's a lag ball. Hold on. Okay, we still have a little bit more. I'm sipping on fumes, though, because I was going to say the engine itself should shut down when we actually run out of gas. So now I'm just in an all-out sprint to see if we can't get to some sort of settlement. I guess I could have stayed at the railroad station area, but that was kind of swarming with zombies. So I'd rather find something a little less conspicuous to park the motorcycle. Let's keep going down this road. Again, we're headed southbound. We're almost to the southern edge of the map, if my mental math is serving me well. So I guess we might as well do the full tour to Wild West while we're out here. I guess this is oh, well, there's still a little bit of space down there. I'd like to go exploring all the way to the south, but we're going to follow this road because it's more likely to have actual structures or some sort of settlement alongside. And that's desperately what I want to find because there's more likely to have gasoline in the settlement. And that is the sound of a motorcycle dying. And we're going to have to get off and run. I'm going to try to ride it out as long as possible, and then we need to immediately stop and jump off. So let's do that now. And we're moving. Panicked for the first time in a minute. Oh, look at this. We actually have come across a gas station of all things. Okay, this is interesting. Could I summon the strength to jog away from this group? Let's see. I have to play this carefully. I need to break line of sight and then jog away right after that happens. So let's see if we can't do this. These gas pumps are not going to work without electricity. So that doesn't help me too much, but let's go ahead. Break line of sight, and we're moving, we're running. Okay, can I get through the, yeah, I think I can get through the store. So we're closing this behind me, cracking the flashlight open, and go to the back of the store. Oh, there's no back door. Oh, is there no back door? Oh, I thought I saw a back door. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna have to go out. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not ideal, folks. We're gonna have to run through the horde here. Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay, I'm moving. Okay, we scratched our forearm, and that's okay. We're bleeding a little bit. Okay, yes, I know what a health panel is. We're gonna have to do something with the socks here. Because I do need something to bandage up, so the socks are getting ripped. 2, 3, move. Okay. So now we have bandage for the forearm. I need to create a little bit more space in order to bandage the forearm here. Barricaded. So somebody's actually barricaded. Interesting. Okay, can we bandage this? I need to create just a little bit of separation here. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Nope. Oh, no. Oh, we were bitten. We're bitten, folks. Okay, the best thing I could do now is just drop my stuff, so it's not on my character. Let's do this. Everything that I can. Transfer to the bag. We're about to die any second now. All right, that's very unfortunate. Okay, let's see. Can I drop my bag here? Yeah, let's drop it. Nope. Place it. Okay, so the bag is placed. That had all my good stuff in it. Most of my good stuff. Yep, and that's it. We're dead. Oh. Wow, not a lot of zombie kills on that particular life there. We will probably craft a new character and jump back in on this server at some point. I just didn't know where that backpack is now. Glad I dropped it, because who knows where the zombie's going to end up walking to. But if you made it this far in the episode, please feel free to like and subscribe. Keep up with our adventures here in Zomboid and other games. And until next time, this has been Tallidus Plays.